Hello everyone, welcome back to another Wise and Virtuous. And my name is Cynthia. I'm going to be with you only for just a few minutes today. God has been just speaking to me some things about Esther. So I'm just going to share for just a few minutes about Esther and that which she was preparing to do for her people. And now I want to say in advance, I thank you for joining and also for liking and for subscribing. I do appreciate it. And so I believe that Esther, she allowed herself to be challenged in such a way that it stretched her faith almost to the limit, I believe. And she knew that she had been put in a place, I believe, of influence for such a time as, in order to help her people, in order to hopefully save them. Um, and so she was willing to press through the uncomfortableness, first of fasting for 3 days with just water. She pressed herself through perhaps the fear, maybe some butterflies in her stomach of not knowing what might happen to her going before the king unannounced. She pressed herself through these things because this was a selfless act of Esther. She was not thinking about herself when she was doing this. Okay? And we know that ultimately it is the Spirit of God at work here. He was orchestrating her preparation. He was orchestrating the fact that she was willing and able to press through those types of things. Many people wouldn't press through those kinds of fears. They would just chuck it up as well, God, I pray for them, but, save them, Lord. But they wouldn't themselves think, hey, maybe I'm the key. Maybe I'm able to help, in some way. And so Esther, she was willing to take the challenge. She took the challenge and she stepped into that in the natural. And regardless of fears and things that may have been facing her, she didn't think about that. All she could think of was saving her people. But I believe, and also she realized that she was in a place of influence, a position of power that could help save her people. And that if she didn't do it, then who would? And now I believe that there are maybe things in your own life. What is it that's uncomfortable for you in your life right now? Maybe what uncomfortable situations are happening in your life right now that perhaps God is wanting to use in order to take you through as a processing moment, as a period of being processed in preparation for promotion, maybe an elevation. What things are you pressing through that's uncomfortable for you right now? Maybe a certain place or position that you could step into that would help others. Maybe you're holding back out of fear. Maybe God is trying to discipline you, perhaps, to lose weight in preparation for your husband, your God ordained spouse. Maybe God is trying to get you to eat healthy because he's going to be a health nut, maybe. Do you ever think about that? There's certain things that God, he knows, he sees the end from the beginning, so he can foresee your life and what it's going to entail down the road several years or a year. And he knows what's going to help you to go through that thing successfully and victoriously and to be able to handle what he is giving you. And so he's trying to prepare you for that now. But if you fight and you kick against the prick, then you're delaying your blessing, you're delaying and maybe even cutting yourself off from some things if you fight against what God is trying to do in your life. And so I just encourage you all to pray and ask God to show you what things are holding you back and stopping you perhaps from moving on further in progressing in God and allowing the Holy Spirit to finish the process and the work that's needed so that you can advance, so that you can step into your call, your destiny, the place that God has set for you in the future. And that was it. My name is Cnice. I do thank you again in advance for joining. Be encouraged, and remember, wisdom is the principal thing, so get it. Get wisdom. But in all of your getting, make sure that you get an understanding. God bless you.